Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Real Talk here on TV 35. I'm your host, Pat Brock, and we're here in the beautiful Carnegie Museum, and we've got the artist extraordinaire herself, Janibeth Outlaw, with her beautiful collection. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing very well. It's such a pleasure to meet you.
You too.
I think that when I first walked in, I was so overwhelmed at first how beautiful everything was.
Oh, thank you.
And just to see, when I looked closely at your artwork, just to see how intricate the details were in that.
Thank you so much.
Share with us a little bit about your background, Janibeth, and how you first started out and then to where you are today.
Yes, I grew up on a farm in Louisville, Georgia, and I've been painting and drawing ever since I was little.
Oh, wow.
I did not have my first real art class until I went to UGA as an art major.
Your whole life, and it wasn't until college.
That's right.
Wow.
That's right. And I got there and loved it, and I've been painting and drawing even more ever since.
Where do you think that you first got that first inclination from? You know, like the giftings that we get from our ancestors, so to speak.
Well, I have people in my family who are artistically inclined, but I feel like we are made by a creator to create, whether it's creating a meal for people or creating an opportunity for people to learn.
Yes.
I like to create paintings and drawings and provide those special pieces for people.
And you know, when you're talking about these special pieces, right, what type of, what is the method to your madness? Because we know that it takes time to create something. And what place and what zone do you have to get into in order to create something?
Well, I go to my breakfast room. That's my current studio right now in our house. It's great because I have little kids and I can paint at midnight and while they're asleep. So I will sketch out a few things first and I'll just get started painting, play some music, drink some coffee, and just have fun with it.
Wow. Now let me ask you this. Are you inspired by different places that you go?
I am. I'm inspired by different places. I'm inspired by clothes, by nature, by jewelry. I have a piece here that I created based on a necklace that was my husband's grandmother's that I never got to meet. But after getting some of her jewelry and seeing that and painting that, I feel like I get to know her a little bit, even though I was never able to meet her.
Look at the history lessons that you're giving just by the pieces that you create. And you know, when a person sees your artwork, what do you want them to know about you? Without ever asking you one word, what do you want your art to speak to someone?
I want my art to speak to people based on what they need, whether it's capturing the memory of someone who has passed on, or capturing their first dance at a wedding through a live painting, or capturing just the joyous, happy moment for them. I love being able to speak to that.
As I'm looking around, you know, the different pieces, I'm so intrigued by the paintings of your 3 children.
Oh, thank you.
You know, is that different for you when you're painting a loved one like that, someone that's dear to you, as opposed to another abstract?
There's a very emotional connection that's happening there. I had the opportunity to paint a loved one who had passed on recently, and that was a very special but very emotional time painting that, but I consider it a humbling honor and privilege to be able to do so.
That's so special. And of course, we're going to get to meet some of your family members as they trickle in here and let them kind of share from their perspective what it means for you all as a family.
Yes.
And to see you from when you were an infant. Like when we talk to your mom, we want to know what was it that you saw within her as a baby girl, and what did you pray for God to really do to manifest in her life? So we'll get to meet them in a little bit.
Yes.
And you know, and for your art, here you are, you're at the Carnegie. Did you ever dream that this would happen at this stage in your life?
Well, you know, it's something you hope for, and I'm just really grateful for the opportunity from downtown Dublin. And a former student of mine, Liz Coleman, contacted me about this. And so I'm thankful for her and that she contacted me, and it's been a great opportunity and experience.
This is so wonderful. This is wonderful for downtown Dublin, just to see the arts and the manifestation that we're seeing it. And of course, to have you here has been a special treat. And so what do you want to take from this yourself? You know, because as an artist, you want to be able to have your work to be displayed, to be sold, because that's what you're striving for. But what are you taking from this and growing from as an artist?
Well, you can see which pieces people like and enjoy, and so then I can take that, grow from that, paint more pieces like that, see what they need, and then just still continue to provide those special paintings for people.
And you know, you're an art education major, so you were able to teach art as well. And you know, I want to ask this question as a personal thing, because you and I were talking. My son's a BFA student at Kennesaw State, and he and I were having this very in-depth conversation about what do you do with your life when you're creative, and how do you really delve into your passion and make it work for you as a career? What advice would you give to a young student like that?
Well, follow your dreams. Always keep those in mind. Set goals. Try to reach them. Pursue things. Make connections with different people. And keep Christ in the forefront. And paint for Him and do things to His glory. And then everything else will fall into place.
And you're definitely doing that. You're living the dream right now.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much, Janibeth, for being here, for sharing your artwork with us.
I've enjoyed it.
I mean, we're just so pleased to have you here. Now, how can someone reach you if they want artwork from you? Do you have a website that they can?
Yes, my website is janibeth.com. That's JANIBETH.com. I'm on Facebook as Janibeth Outlaw Art and on Instagram as Janibeth Outlaw.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Janibeth. Thank you for all that you do. Continue to do great work. Continue to not just be inspired by others and things that you're around, but to continue to inspire others.
Yes.
Because that's what's making this world go around. So
I
thank you
love
so
it.
much.
Thank you.
All right, this is Janibeth, ladies and gentlemen, and her beautiful artwork here at the Carnegie Museum. This is definitely a family affair here at the Carnegie Museum where Janibeth's artwork is being displayed. We've got her cousins, and of course we've got favorite cousin-in-laws here with us. We're gonna let them share about themselves and what it means for them to be a part of the family and the things that Janie does and what that means to them. Holly, please tell us about you first, okay?
Hi, my name is Holly Watson. I'm from Louisville, Georgia, where Janibeth is from. And I grew up watching her just hone her art talents.
Oh, wow.
And I still live in Louisville, and I help my husband with our aircraft maintenance business.
Very good. Now, I hear that you're a bit of an artist yourself.
A little bit.
Tell us about what you enjoy doing, like as a pastime, because I don't think that you're not here to where you're wanting a gallery of any sort right yet, are you?
No, ma'am.
All right.
I do enjoy painting. I love painting with oils, and I love drawing with charcoals.
When we talked about, what artwork means and being able to express yourself on the canvas, what does it mean for you to be able to do that?
To be able to express myself on the canvas, it's peaceful.
Yeah.
It's very serene, and I think that's the biggest reason why I enjoy it.
Very nice. And for you to see Janie's work, what does it mean to you? I mean, just to see, Janie. You've
It's-
known her all her life,
It's very exciting. It's a pleasure, and I did not want to miss it for anything.
Wonderful. We're glad you're here. All right. Favorite cousin-in-law, James. Share with us
Yes.
about you, okay?
So I am James Watson. I'm Holly Watson's husband, and I own and operate an aerospace mechanic shop over in Louisville, Georgia called Watson Aero, and we're here to support Janibeth.
Wow. Wait a minute. So you do maintenance on aircraft?
I do.
That's got to be something. You've got to be so meticulous with what you do.
Yes, you do. There's zero tolerance for error in any way whatsoever. I've spent several years training to do this line of work, and finally decided I wanted to do it on my own.
And now you have your own business. You've got this one here, handling all the money, like it should be, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Now, how is he as a, a partner? Is he anal retentive when it comes
He
to...
can be, yes, ma'am.
Can be a
He
little
can
hard to
be.
handle sometimes.
I try and keep him in line, and
Very
I
good.
think I succeed for the most part. It's not too bad.
Not too
we
bad.
work well together.
That's good. And of course, you guys have a little toddler. Is that
We
right?
do, a 2-year-old son.
Wonderful. And so with you all being a part of the family and knowing the type person that Janibeth is and the relationship that you have, now your parents, when you see this kind of work being displayed, when you know her personally, we're getting to know Janibeth, when you know her personally like you do, what does it say about her to see the artwork that she does?
That she loves turquoise.
Yeah.
And she does.
Yes.
It's always been a favorite, and it's beautiful, and it's very much Janibeth.
And that's so funny because when I walked in here, I was like, oh, turquoise.
Yes.
But I loved it. But that also says, too, she's a type person, when I look at her artwork, it's like, wow. Not only does she love what she's doing, she knows what she's doing.
Yes.
And now for you, first of all, what makes you the favorite?
Well, by far the best looking cousin. I don't think any of that is up for debate at all.
No vanity there at all.
Holly also happens to be her favorite cousin. So by default, I happen to be the favorite cousin-in-law.
I like to think that.
And for you, though, James, to be a part of the family the way you are and the relationship that you have with Janibeth, What does it mean for you when you see her artwork and the time that she takes with each piece and the love she puts into it?
It tells me a lot about her drive as an individual, not only to have the passion to want to create artwork like this, but to display it to people. I know it wasn't easy to organize this event, and I have a lot of respect for her being willing to go out there and put so much of herself out there in the world.
Very good. Now, if you all could pick like a favorite painting,
I've got one.
Yeah.
Max.
Max.
The horse with the more purpley tones back there.
Oh my gosh, so beautiful.
That's my fave.
Like so elegant, like there's an elegance to it. What about you, James? Have you found your favorite?
Absolutely. It's Once Upon a Time over there behind us, the old truck.
The truck. Wow.
Love it.
And I got to speak with her her in-laws as well, and they talked about that old truck.
Yep.
And just seeing the history behind the pieces and the meanings behind it. So thank you both so much for sharing with us. We know it was spur of the moment, but you two handled it like champs.
You're
All right,
welcome.
all right, ladies and gentlemen, this is James and Holly, the cousins and favorite cousins of Janibeth.
We're here today at Bank of Dudley to discuss business loans. So many businesses and industries trust the Bank of Dudley for a variety of financing alternatives to suit your specific needs, from short-term loans to help with cash flow, loans to purchase equipment or facilities. At Bank of Dudley, we have commercial mortgage loans, capital improvement loans for construction or renovation. We can help with your business vehicle loans or for a small business line of credit. In other words, Bank of Dudley has your business covered. No matter what it is, you can trust the lenders at the Bank of Dudley with 5 convenient locations: East Dublin, downtown Dublin, Veterans Boulevard, Dudley, and Jeffersonville. The Bank of Dudley, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
For over 21 years, JT Hanna has provided Dublin and Middle Georgia with quality promotional products and superior service you can count on. JT Hanna specializes in screen printing, embroidery, and laser engraving. We also provide customers with original artwork and logos through our talented in-house design. Our website makes designing and ordering t-shirts easy. You can design, choose from an uploaded template, or upload your own custom logo to easily create a lasting impression. Customers can also create purchase sites to make selling shirts for fundraisers or events easy and stress-free. Whether you need promotional items for your company or next event, JT Hanna can help. We take pride in delivering the highest quality products, and we take pride in serving you. Try us. I think you'll like us. Contact us today at 478-274-1267 or visit us on the web at jthanna.com.
You know, this is definitely a family affair because, I mean, you're looking at the beautiful artwork and some of it is so awe-inspiring and it has so much to do with her family. And of course, we've got the in-laws, the Outlaws with us today. They're gonna introduce themselves to you and talk about what makes her artwork so special and, of course, being a part of the family and how significant that is. We'll start with you, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Talk to us a little bit.
Okay. Oh, talk to us. Okay. Janibeth married my son about 9 years ago, and she's been a real good daughter-in-law. She's real special.
Yeah. And when you look around at some of the paintings, we see your
Oh,
grandchildren.
they're beautiful. They're beautiful paintings.
And to see you here supporting her like that, what does it feel for you?
It's a blessing. It's a blessing, real blessing.
Absolutely is. And speaking of blessings, your lovely wife over here. Hi, darling. Good to see you.
Thank you.
Talk to us a little bit.
We're so blessed to have Janibeth in our family. 3 beautiful grandchildren. She married our son, Jason. And she has a special gift that God gave her
Yeah.
in her artwork, and she thoroughly enjoys it.
And the way you're able to see real life come to life.
Right.
You know, there's such a speciality when it comes to artwork and being able to express yourself that way. You know, we were just talking a little bit about, you know, a truck that was in your family that she had painted. Do you want to share about that?
We're not sure if this is actually the one that she has on display.
Right.
But my daddy had an old rusty truck, and I think Jason or Janibeth took a picture of it, and she made it look alive.
Wow. And when you see that, when you see those family memories on the canvas, it brings back a lot of childhood memories for you, doesn't it?
That's correct.
Yeah, it does. And you know, to have you all here to support her in the manner that you're doing, tell us about the type person she is and how that is able to translate onto the canvas.
She's a she's a real talented young lady, and she went to college, you know, on the for that
Specific.
yeah.
Right.
And she just got a special knack for that.
That's right. Now, what is your special knack, Mr. Outlaw?
Singing.
You sing.
I've been singing for 40-something years.
Get out of here.
Lead singing.
Lead singing. Now, you should lead us in a hymn right now. So for 40-something years, you've been lead singing. And tell us what that means to you, because when we're talking about our gifts and our talents and being able to be creative and able to express that, and, you know, when you're talking about music, you're talking about art, those are all part of the creative arts.
Right.
And that's so soothing for people.
Right.
So tell us what it means to you to be able to express yourself the way that you do in song and that type ministry.
I get a blessing every time I sing.
Yeah.
I just feel the Spirit of the Lord coming through me.
Coming through you.
And I've been doing it. I'm 71 years old, and I've been doing it for a long time.
And that's such a blessing to be able to express that way. So you can understand as an artist yourself what it means to be able to express the way she does on that canvas.
That's right.
That's beautiful. And what about you, Miss Outlaw? What is it that you're passionate about? What is it that you enjoy doing?
I enjoy doing things for my church, and I enjoy keeping my grandchildren.
Oh my gosh, you know, to be at that stage now, to be grandparents, you know, I think that it's a different type of special bond that you're able to have with the grandkids, because now you're seeing a part of your seed in those little ones. Now you tell us, with you being a grandmother and being able to lay the foundation from how you've raised your children and how your grandchildren are able to partake in the gifts that you have and the way you love them, what does it feel like for you?
I guess I got that from my mom.
Yeah.
She and my mother-in-law, always so loving and caring for us. Not just our spiritual needs, but our emotional, our physical needs, and that's just kind of trickled on down in my family.
Because it's all encompassing. When you're talking about the relationships that you're building, that you've built with your children, the foundations that you've laid with your children, and then to see them in the parental roles that they are, and now the roles that God has placed you two in.
Amen.
It's a special calling for you.
Amen.
And now here you are, you're supporting your daughter-in-law because you see the vision that's in her, and you know that you're mandated to make sure that you help that vision come to pass in the role that you're in and caring for those grandkids.
That's correct.
So thank you for all that you do. Thank you. And Mr. Outlaw, you know, we appreciate you so much. I mean, you've been ministering for so long, and here you are, you're still doing it with such a spirit of joy.
Amen.
And to see you out here with your daughter-in-law, to be able to support her in the way that she's doing, that's very special. So thank you as well.
You're welcome, Pat.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've met the Outlaws here, and it's
Pat.
love you too, Mr. Outlaw. I love you, sweetheart. You know, it's so nice to see people like you and people in our community that are supportive of one another, because it's about the families, that when you support one another as a family, that is what builds healthy communities. That is what builds a strong nation.
Amen.
And so thank you, lady and gentlemen, for planting those seeds, and keep on doing it.
Thank you.
All right. These are the Outlaws, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm Marcus Clements with Clements & King Insurance. In Lawrence County alone, there's almost 11,000 people on Medicare. We've created at Clements & King a senior insurance company to serve the needs of those on Medicare. Medicare supplements, prescription drug plans, Medicare Advantage plans, senior dental and vision. Call Clements & King Insurance for all your Medicare-related insurance needs.
This playoff game brought to you in part by Jet Food Stores. For fast, friendly service with a smile, in a safe environment, and competitive pricing. Check out Jet Food Stores at a location near you.
All right, you know, we're just so thankful for downtown Dublin, and you're talking about the Art Council, and to bring something like this together. And we've got Miranda Crabtree, who is the representative. Hi, how are you, Miranda?
Good, how are you today?
Doing very well. Now, talk to us about, you know, the different things that you all bring to Dublin and the arts factor and how important that is for our city.
We're known for doing First Fridays. We love to have the community out and get to know each other and try to bring Dublin kind of back together, you know, try to get things going. A lot of stuff in the community, we just try to get people to come out and just know that there still is things in Dublin to do. We have the Norton Movie House. A lot of people don't know about that, but we show movies just about every week. And, you know, depending on the time of the year, we had a lot of Christmas movies and Halloween, and I'm sure we'll have stuff for like Valentine's Day.
Aren't you about to show the Mary Poppins movie soon?
Yes, I'm so excited about that movie. I've been waiting for it for so long.
Very good. And now here you are today. I mean, this week, how has this week gone with Janibeth's artwork? I mean, I've heard that there's been a lot of traffic coming through. And
yes, the first night she brought her stuff in was New Year's Eve. That's when we had Shamrock Drop. So we had a bunch of people out and about, and they come to look at her work. Tonight, I came in New Year's Eve and just look around, and it was very interesting that night. But today, I've kind of actually stood back and looked at her stuff, and it's really, it's amazing what she can do.
Now, are you an artsy person yourself?
Not as much. I mean, a little bit. I probably couldn't draw, you know.
Right. Do you do any arts and crafts, any crafting? That's a big thing now, Mary.
It really is. Yes, it is. I'll draw every once in a while, but
But you still have time.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You're barely holding on to your teenage years, right?
Oh yes.
And so, you know, for this closing part where people are coming in and looking at our art and also having the opportunity to purchase, you know, what have you discovered about this artist just from your observations and the work that she does?
Her favorite color is turquoise.
That's right.
And it's very pretty though. I like turquoise too.
I do too.
So,
I do too.
She has a couple of portraits of kids that are really neat though. I really like that. It's something different. She has a truck that she has painted, and that is really cool.
Beautiful.
Yes.
And then finding out that those pictures, the paintings of the kids, are her kids.
Oh yes, yes.
That's even more special.
Yes.
Well, thank you for chatting with us a little bit, and you know, we're so proud of downtown Dublin, the things that you all are doing, what you're bringing to the community. So make sure that you're going online and seeing what's happening here in downtown Dublin, because there's so many different things that you're yet to discover that's happening here in the beautiful city of Dublin, Georgia. And thank you, Miranda, for all that you do to take a part in that.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, this is Miranda Crabtree, ladies and gentlemen, downtown Dublin. There is nothing more special than a parent's love, and of course you see it manifest here with the mom and dad of Janibeth. Good to see you two.
Yes, good to be here.
Now listen, please introduce yourself to everyone. Tell us a little bit about you, and share with us about Janibeth and what it feels for you as a mom to see the work that she does manifest in the way that it has, okay?
Yes, I'm Gail Davis Moe from Louisville, Georgia, and I'm the mother of 3 children, with Janibeth being our youngest. And as a child, she was always artistic. She was always wanting to draw, and I just really felt the Lord anointed her early on to do this. And we're just blessed to see her work come out like this.
And so as a little girl, she was the one that all you had to do is get some crayons, give her some markers, some chalk, and she would paint and she would go at it.
She would, yes.
And I know that as a mother, it gives you a special feeling to see your baby girl to grow up the way that she has, and the things that you've instilled within her, to see them live through her life right now.
Right.
It's beautiful.
Yes, it is. And really, I really feel like the Lord just has instilled that gift in her, and she gives him the glory too.
Very good. Amen. Now, Dad.
Yes, ma'am.
It's your time. Share with us about you, and of course, she's Daddy's little girl.
Yes, ma'am. I'm John Moe from Louisville, Georgia, and Janibeth is our youngest child, and I'm a kind of nuts and bolts kind of guy, and Janibeth is kind of a combination of myself and her mother, and she gets her artistic ability from her mother's side of the family, but then when she has to do something, she's kind of like me. She gets down to it and does it, and she's pretty efficient with what she does, but we're really proud of her, and she has been persistent with this endeavor, and she has done real well.
Very good. You know, there's a such thing as a mother's intuition, and we see things in our children early on, and those are the areas that we begin to pray for them for.
Right, correct.
For God to really to nurture and nourish the gifting that's in them.
Correct.
And so for you, Mom, You see the work that she does. You see the love that she's put in it, right?
That's correct.
And he says it comes from your side. Tell us something about you that you can see that is really within Janibeth as well.
Well, Jesus is number one. And I've prayed over my children from the womb on. And I just prayed the giftings of God upon my children to direct and orchestrate their life always. And yes, the artistic ability goes back several generations in my family, but I know it's the Lord. He gets the glory always.
Always. And the Bible talks to us about training up a child in the way that they should go.
Yes, ma'am.
Dad, the special place that a young girl has in her father's heart is one that cannot even be compared to. And I know that when I saw you come in, I saw the pride, how proud you were of your baby girl. Give us some times that you shared with Janibeth to where you've really tried to instill some things within her that she's taken with her into her adulthood.
I would just have to say her efficiency and determination to do a job.
Right.
Maybe I had something to do with that.
Absolutely you did.
And she was just a child that you never had to prod to do anything. She did everything on her own, and her homework at school, she just did it. She wasn't like me, you had to be prodded some, but we're very proud of her. And,
very good.
And I like to.
Yes, and all of our children have done well.
And you know, I think that we all can say this too as well, and say that thank you for the things that you've done to instill within your children and to see it manifest the way it has. We know this because of the foundation that you've laid, your love for Jesus Christ and your desire for your children to live strong and productive and successful lives. And you're seeing the fruit of your labor right here before your eyes.
That's right.
All in turquoise.
Right. And that's
Favorite color.
And mine too. It was mine before it was hers.
Yes.
And we're trying now, praying over those grandchildren.
Right.
We have 6 grandchildren, and we're just praying God orchestrate their lives as well.
That's right. Well, what you've been doing hasn't worked. It hasn't not worked yet, you know. So if it ain't broke, don't try and fix it.
That's correct.
Keep doing what you're doing. Mole family, thank you so much for sharing with us today. And thank you for sharing with us, Janibeth.
Thank you so much.
All right.
And thank you for having us.
Mom and Dad, ladies and gentlemen, the ones who started it all.
Buying or selling your residential or commercial property starts with one. C21 Durden Carnegie Realty, located at 1700 Veterans Boulevard in Dublin, and available anytime by calling 272-1535 or logging on to c21dublin.com. Integrity, honesty, accountability. There's only one. C21 Durden Carnegie Realty, broker George Durden.
You wouldn't buy a gallon of milk and immediately pour 70% of it out, would you? Then why would you do that with power for your home? 70% of electricity is lost on the way to your house, making it only 30% efficient. But natural gas is 92% efficient. Electricity is good to power your lights and electronics, but using natural gas for certain appliances is the most cost-effective, energy-efficient, and environmentally friendly mix for your home. Use it, don't lose it. Choose the right energy mix. Choose natural gas.
All right, we've got the brothers here, the big brothers here of Janibeth. We're going to let them share about themselves and what it means for them to be able to witness their baby sister in the manner that she's doing and the way she's expressing herself through the arts, and now to see it here at the Carnegie Museum. We'll start with this one here to my left. How are you?
I'm fine.
Talk to us a little bit.
Well, I've always encouraged Janibeth in her drawing. And matter of fact, we had a little competition growing up.
Really?
Yeah, I used to doodle as well. And then she got to the point where she got better than me. And then that's when I just quit.
Oh my gosh, she overtook the master.
Yep, yep.
But you know, did you think about like the times that you and she shared when you were younger, doodling, and what that was really doing for her in the creative aspect of it? And did you ever think that it would manifest to this here?
No, not really.
Yeah.
Not really. Not really. But Janibeth's always grown up in a positive atmosphere.
Right.
Nobody's ever told her any negative word that she couldn't draw or knocked her down.
Right.
They've always encouraged her, and those positive words have just bloomed into where she's at now.
There it is. There it is. All right, Micah, the man of many words. Share with us what it means for you to be here, to see your little sister from knowing how she was growing up, as we talked to your parents, where, you know, she loved to do artwork and doodle growing up, and now to see her in this arena.
Well, I'm almost 12 years older than Jane, so I didn't get to see a whole lot of that. I was in the service by the time I think she was in first grade or second grade, but did get to see her at a young age. She did like to do art stuff, and I don't have that ability at all, so I can watch what she does. I don't understand all the abstract stuff. Be the first one to tell you that, but I know that she enjoys doing it, and you know, she's done stuff for my girls growing up, portraits and paintings of them and drawings, and they're very special gifts, good Christmas gifts. We know we're going to get one from Jane, and it's always original, and it's always perfect. She's attention to detail is very high, and she likes stuff to be right.
And you know, when I got the opportunity to talk with your parents, and they themselves shared about your upbringing, how they raised you or really tried to instill things within you, from your perspective, how big a part was that in who you are today and who your sister is today in doing what you all love doing?
Oh, it's a very big part, because we were raised up from a biblical standpoint, and we were taught right from wrong. And did we always do the right thing? No, because nobody's perfect. But we try now, and we try to instill those values into our children. And so it's made a big difference.
Very good. And you know, for you, like, I've had the opportunity to interview your kids, and I've always seen them very, very well-mannered. What things do you take from your childhood or your upbringing that you instill within your children so that their hopes and dreams can come to pass?
Well, you're supported. We were supported by our family. You know, we grew up on a farm. You had to be, you know, you worked. I started working at 12 years old on the farm with my granddad, feeding cows, whatever, and you had that time when you're with your parents and with your grandparents that they're able to instill stuff in you and help you become a better man and a better father and a better husband, but the biggest thing I think would be support. You always knew you had their support no matter what.
No matter what. And that's what we're seeing today, ladies and gentlemen. We're seeing, not only are you seeing the beautiful artwork of Janibeth, but you're also seeing the family support, you know, that foundation that she was raised in, and you're seeing it from, you know, her siblings and her parents and her in-laws, and you're seeing that, and you're hearing from them the type person as an artist she is, but as the human being that she is as well. So thank you so much, gentlemen, for sharing with us today. We know we kind of, you know, this isn't your element.
And they got to drag it out of me.
But we drug it out, and it came out very nicely.
All right.
Thank you, Micah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Joseph.
You're welcome.
All right, these are Janibeth's brothers, ladies and gentlemen, here at the Carnegie Museum. I tell you what, when you're talking about a generation of people and people's lives that we impact, we've got Janibeth's sweetie pie little niece with us. How are you?
Good.
Tell everybody who you are and tell us how old you are.
I am Jana, and I'm 7 years old.
You're 7 years old. Now, Jana, what is it that you love to do?
Draw and sing.
You love to draw and sing? Now, what is your favorite song that you like to sing?
There are a lot of songs, but my favorite singer is Lauren Daigle.
Who is your favorite?
Lauren Daigle.
Lauren Daigle. And so, but there's different songs that you like to sing, right? Now, here it is. You come in here and you come to your auntie's, to the museum, and you see your auntie's work up here. What do you think about all this stuff?
It's amazing.
It is amazing. Now, a little birdie told me that you want to be an artist just like your auntie. Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, my Lord. What is it that you love about art and drawing? What do you love so much about it?
Uh,
Is it just
the colors?
The colors. What's your favorite color?
Turquoise.
Turquoise, oh my Lord, if you're not following into your aunt's footsteps. So turquoise is your favorite color. So what things do you like to paint though when you paint?
I don't, sometimes, like a little times, my mom doesn't let me paint.
Oh, so it has to be special times for you to paint, right? Now when you paint, do you like to paint people's faces? Do you like to paint animals?
I like to draw people's faces.
Now whose face have you already drawn?
My friend Billiana's.
Oh, so you've already drawn your friend's face. Now let me ask you this. So if you were to sell a picture that you've already drawn and painted, how much do you think you should sell it for?
$5.
$5. So you're going to start off with a $5, right? But then like when you paint other things, you're going to probably have to charge a little more, right?
$10.
$10. Okay, so you're going to have $5 and $10 artwork, right? Now let's see. If you painted a picture of me, right? How much do you think that paint is going to be worth? Gotta take it up high, Jen.
$89.
$89. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. $89 portrait. Well, listen, whenever you get ready to paint and you want to paint a picture of me, just have your people call my people, okay?
Okay.
All right. Well, listen, it's been so fun getting to talk to you and getting to know you. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Well, have a good day then, all right?
All right.
Out of the mouths of babes, ladies and gentlemen, it's coming from a generation, and I tell you, and Janibeth is definitely inspiring a generation. She's got her niece here that wants to do just what she does. All right, nice chatting with you.
Okay.
Okay. This is Jana Grace, ladies and gentlemen.